Go. Good morning, everybody. Let me just share everything here so we can get started. Here we go. Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's doing great. Hope everybody's doing well. Let me say hello to everybody. Brian, good morning. CJ, Penny, good morning, Penny. I haven't seen you in a while. Carrie, David, Omar, Wade, Ed, Deanna, Ali, good morning. David, Tom, Flying Ronan's in the house. Jody, Zenmaster, Infinitely, War Dog, Art, Ivano, Rachel, Dave, Robert, Jill, Henry, Kenneth, Don, Pat, Thomas, Shen, Colleen, Robert, Tori, JJ, Dave, Dr. Serena, my actuaries here. Sandra, how are you? Jim, Idris, Richard, Jesse. We got Delightful Elephant. Oh my. Duzzy, Todd, Raj, Frank, the Sassy Trainer, Liberty, uh, RP, Dave, Dr. Serena. Yeah, look at that. We got started. Sorry, I was a little late this morning. Um, I just lost track of time. Ray, good morning. Michael, good morning. Patrick, good morning. Peter, good morning. Jacques, good morning. Eagle Beagle, TV, Nick, Karen, Elizabeth, Sylvan, Rick. Good morning. Where's Cam? I don't see Cam here. Good morning, everyone. If questions, I have answers. Roger at rogerscott.com. Good morning, everybody. Also, I will be doing a brand new class on Friday. This is going to be my VIP Pinch program. It'll be launching on Friday. Marketing obviously gave it a weird name. I don't even know what the hell the name is. I think it's called Win Both Ways Trade. And first 250 traders who join get a special gift. It's happening on Friday. All right. Win Both Ways Trade. And I do believe it'll reshape how you guys trade. It's going to be very cool. So check it out. Good morning, Richard. Alan, good morning. Delroy, good morning. Benjamin, good morning. Good. We got a dentist in the house. Wiki One Tube is in the house. TV's in the house. We got a lot of people. Ooh, Carolina's raining. I think it's going to be raining here tomorrow. Folks, I know it's counterintuitive since most of you use my Telegram channel to get in here, but here's the link to my Telegram channel. Please join. And don't forget, Customer Service Live, Cam and Gustavo show. Hey, Cam, are you here today or are you moving? William, good morning. I haven't heard from Cam. He's probably still moving. Bruce, how are you? Good morning, Frankie. Moving is very stressful. I could tell you that. I haven't done it in 6 years, but moving to a different state is very stressful. On other news, good morning, Rick. Good morning, good morning, and thank you again for sharing that picture, that weekend picture. I'll share it with everybody a little bit later today. We get a lot of good feedback over the weekend. Matt will be happy today. His new camera is here. As you know, I got my new camera about 2 weeks ago. He finally got his new camera. We'll set it up today, see how it is. Yeah, that's nice, Dr. Serena. Beautiful. Good morning, Randy. Thank you, Dr. Serena, for doing God's work in the morning. All right, let's begin. We've got a lot to talk about today. We do. We actually have a lot to talk about today. And I'm running like 2 minutes behind, and I got to get to the office in time today. If I don't get to the office in time, it ain't going to be pretty. So as you guys can see here, the NASDAQ is up about 20. The Dow's up 40 points. My dogs are going crazy right now. Thank God you guys can't hear them. Oh, good. Yeah, Matt was on there yesterday. Right. Yes, oil and Chinese stocks. I'll be talking about that this morning. So as you guys can see here, NASDAQ is not really doing anything crazy. The Dow's not doing anything crazy. We did have a nice rally overnight, but since that time, it has been subdued. Part of the rally is because we had really good news from China. Oh, thank you for that, Richard. Yeah, there are hurricanes coming. Weather's about to change here in Florida next couple of days. But anyhow, let's focus on this. We can't control the weather, we can't control the market, but we can at least talk about it. So, oh God, my dogs are going. I'm so grateful that my office is on the second floor, all the way on the other side, because they are just going nuts right now. If they keep doing this, I'm gonna have to change my microphone. All right, so we're not seeing anything beyond random this morning, which is fine. As far as Fed data, We got home price index, which isn't going to be a big report, but we do have consumer confidence. And consumer confidence, I don't like wearing anything on my ears. Thanks, Brian. Uh, Good morning from rainy Virginia. Ugh, ouch. Could use a little rain here. So, folks, no, don't make big moves ahead of consumer confidence. And again, don't ask me why they put consumer confidence and consumer sentiment 4 days apart. I think this is ridiculous. I think it's retarded. I honestly think, I mean, they should just put this right here, have a 1-2 punch, forget about consumer sentiment since you already have personal income data on Friday. And they get this report Monday afternoon, so they could do it if they really wanted to. I really, and by the way, Jen, noise canceling headphones do not sound nearly as good as this mic. Notice how good this mic sounds, the bass that comes out of it, how clean my voice sounds. You can't get this out of a noise canceling mic. This is a professional microphone used for recording. So I want you guys to really hear what I'm saying, like very, very well. So again, markets are very random right now. There's not a lot of directional bias. If you guys want to know what non-random trading action is, it used to be when the Dow was at about 30,000, it used to be at about 100 points. First, when I started trading, when it was at like 15,000, I think it was even lower than that. Non-random was 75 points on the Dow pre-open. I would be writing this down. This is really useful information. When the Dow was at about 30,000, about 125, 110, 125 was random. Now it's about 150. Basically, if I don't see 150 up on the Dow, up or down, that means what we're seeing at the open is pretty much random. And I still use the Dow to show randomness because the Dow has the least market cap, so it doesn't influence us. So if you see the Dow I'm obviously talking about the Dow being at 42,000 right now. If you see the Dow up 50 points, up 75 points at the opening, it's random. Anything 125, 150 is random simply because the Dow has so much value. Okay. So again, this number determines what the random number is. But right now, I figure it's about 125, 150. One side and the other side. Why is that important? Because if you see a number that's below 150, if you see the Dow up 50 points up or down, it doesn't really mean anything. It's just randomness. Okay. Wow. Look at that, Dr. Serena. We're breaking records every day. Okay. Let's continue, shall we? Crude oil. We've been talking a lot about crude oil lately. And again, till crude oil is back below the A line, we're not going to do anything with crude oil. I don't know why I have this chart up. Let me pull up here. There, this is a better chart. You could see we have a bunch of, we have like, oh God, I hate when this is off. We literally have like everything thrown. When you see something like this, yes, it does, Michael. It does play into the narrative. And Michael, seasonally, we're supposed to be this entire week, the last 6 days, and the next 7 days is supposed to be the weakest period of the year, if you can believe that. If you can believe that. We're clearly not seeing it play out. But, and I mean, look, the S&P is literally near all-time highs. But from September 15th to September 30th, don't quote me on that, on the specific date, Michael. I know it starts the second 2 weeks of September. I don't know the exact date. But the last 2 weeks of September is supposed to be the weakest seasonality of the year. Wardog says, do I have any comments about the Dow transports? Wardog, I don't really get into the transports nearly as much as I should, simply because the Dow has been so arbitraged. I just look at the Dow as a blue chip. I kind of put transports into the blue chip sector, into the blue chip column. I do once in a while long term, but not short term. I kind of look at Dow transports, and that's a fair question. I look at Dow transports kind of like I look at Russell 2000. I have to look at Russell 2000 maybe once every week to get an idea of what's going on. But if you want me to, I'll look at it more. I haven't found the transports having the kind of impact they had 20, 30 years ago. I'm seeing more international markets and global markets have an impact. Remember something, the market has become a global market. So it's a lot. That's why when I back test, even now, I find that going back beyond 10, 15 years is just not realistic because the market has changed so much. Hope that answers your question. Good question, fair question. Hey, 007, how are you? All right, crude oil. If you're interested in selling energy stocks, this is not a good time to do that. But Roger, Oxy's breaking down. No, no, no. Please wait. Nothing is going to break down until crude oil is breaking down, and crude oil is it doesn't look like it doesn't look like it's ready to go. Also, to the upside, you have a you have literally the kitchen sink, right? You have East Coast dock strike coming. All right. Thank you for that, Henry. You have the 50-day moving average. You have the quarter to date VWAP. You have this crazy resistance red line that I drew here. This is my resistance. You have the 200-day moving average. You have the year to date VWAP. And then you have the 100-day moving average. So I don't really see us getting through this area. Now, we can come up to this area, which I think we will do, and then come back down, which means you shouldn't be shorting anyway. So the point is, no matter how you look at this market right now, there's absolutely no reason to short energies, and you would be insane to buy energies right now. You've got look, 50, quarter, my trend line, 200, year to date, 100. You've got a lot to overcome here. Good morning, Rebecca. Good morning. So my 5 cents is to respect this trend line and not do anything. Now, do I think we're going to go up and break this area? No, I don't. I think we're actually going to break down again. Kenneth says in regards to the energy stocks, CEG has been performing well. They had an agree. CEG, Kenneth, CEG is not an energy company. CEG is a utilities company. Just so you know. Yeah, it's a utility company, but it is a good company. And I do have the utility stock that I gave you guys. So I'll talk about that. I'll talk about that in a minute. I've got a lot to talk about today. Oh, I'm wearing red today. Hope the market doesn't turn on us. Good morning, Clay. By the way, folks, here's my email address. Please don't email me customer service issues. Please. Hey, Don from Hawaii. Good to see you. I don't have any updates on the port strike. Maybe somebody here can give us that information. So again, please be careful. We're kind of in between right now on the energy sector, and I don't see anything that I really like one way or the other. Hey, RJ, good morning. JB, good morning. Infinitely, how are you? Okay, let's continue. Gold market. Gold, as I've told you, I've been pretty bullish on gold. My only concern right now is it could be a little bit overextended. My suggestion would simply be wait for us to get to the 2600 here, right around here, 2607 level. I don't think you have anything to really be in a rush for. If anything, China, we've had really good news from China. They're trying to recalibrate their economy. I'll use that word. I think it's a good morning to Angie. Good to see you here. No, you don't want to force any trades in this market. And I haven't been. You know that, Eagle. I haven't been. I've been very cautious. Gold is down because China's getting a facelift. And if China's getting a facelift, they probably will not be buying as much gold as they have been buying to secure their assets, although their trade has been working out really well. But even with that said, I honestly don't think you're going to miss anything out by waiting for gold to get to 2600. I mean, we're not talking about a huge move. Hope you're doing well, Infinitely. And I hope you're doing well, Angie. And Eagle Beagle, I hope you're doing well too. So gold, we're going to cool off a little bit on gold. If you currently have a gold position, it's okay to hold it, to contact support. Tim, I don't know. I have no idea what it is. Let me see if it's on here. Let me see if they put it on here. No, they don't. I don't know what that phone number is. Gustavo, can you do us a favor? I know Gustavo comes here every morning. Gustavo, if you're here, say hello. And also, do you mind posting the phone number for customer service? Or if anybody here from the company, can you guys post customer service phone number? You can also email me, Tim, and I will get it to you. My suggestion, Tim, is to go to Customer Service Live, Cam and Gustavo show that starts at 10 a.m. every day. They can answer your questions. Okay, so if you are currently in the gold market, it's okay to stay long, but be careful. Be careful because we are a little bit overextended. And notice how gold likes to be glued to the 8-day EMA. So my feeling is that it's going to come back to the 8-day EMA before making its next move. Okay. Thanks, Gustavo. I appreciate that. You too, Prosper. Good vibes to you too. Yeah, yeah, yeah. 10-year note. 10 years now back in this area. I warned you yesterday. Actually, I've been warning you for a few days now that so the Fed lowered rates. And what has interest rates been doing? Buy the rumor, sell the fact. Interest rates have been going up, not down. Okay. They've been going up. This has been putting pressure on the market. That's another reason why you haven't been seeing this amazingly strong rally from technology stocks that you were expecting. Now, don't confuse. There are some technology stocks that deal with consumer discretionary. Consumer discretionary, I like. Hardcore technology chips, computers, hardware. The hardware, I'm not that bullish on right now. The software, that's another case altogether. Okay, it's a whole different scenario there. Okay, so be careful if you continue seeing this going down, and as it is right now, there's a lot of value here. It means two things. The odds are we're probably going to stay in this area for quite some time because, as I said, there's a lot of liquidity here. Uh, Price likes liquidity. It didn't find liquidity here. It's going down here. Now, does that mean we're going to revert and go back lower and interest rates are going to go higher? I don't think so, but I think that the Feds overshot themselves with the 0.50. And I think the market is telling us that interest rates are just not ready to go down longer term. Remember, 10-year yield and 30-day rates are two different things. So what it's telling us that in the longer term, interest rate cuts are being slowed down. The market is not seeing these interest rate cuts progress at the rate that the Fed is giving us. And yield on 10-year notes has gone up since the Fed has made their announcement. Anybody who has an adjustable mortgage is saying, yep, you're right. Because look, right here. So rates, this is lower bonds means higher rates. And now we're back in this area. We may consolidate here, which may put a pause in the stock market's gains for a little while. Okay. Volatility. Volatility is going down, but volatility never reverted below 15, which means we're still in danger mode. And we sure as heck are in danger mode. Have you guys seen semiconductors lately? We'll talk about that in a few minutes. They're not showing me any proof that they're really doing what they're saying. So this is telling me that the market is not so fearful that people are throwing shares out of the window, but it's heightened volatility. There's heightened volatility, and volatility shouldn't be heightened right now. The 10 years breaking down. Gold is making swing highs. Crude oil is kind of not here, not there. There's a lot of uncertainty in the market. We also have an election in 6 weeks. I think in about 2 weeks, we're going to start seeing election plays, and I'll be covering that. And again, I'm not going to be getting political. I'm simply going to be talking about what sectors are favoring what candidates. I wish we had a second debate that would give it a little faster start, but I don't think it's coming. I don't think Trump wants one. Again, I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's the word on the street. Let's put everything together and then I'll talk about momentum levels and we'll move on to the stock market. We just did the forest. Let's talk about the trees, okay? Global risk sentiment got a boost after Beijing announced one of its most aggressive economic stimulus package since the pandemic. That's huge, 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 huge. That gives global markets a boost. Remember, the markets are related to each other. They are all related, especially right now. So a boost from China can give other Asian markets a nice boost, and it can give US stocks that are related to China, that are importing from China, which is like every other company in the US, a nice boost. But this is good for China. This is not bad for US. Anything that's good for China is good for US too. Tesla went higher than I expected, not because of technicals, because they got upgraded yesterday by Barclays. I still don't know if they're going to break through that upper channel. They haven't fully broken above that level yet. If we don't get any positive sentiment, then Tesla will go down. But I'm willing to bet that Tesla will get a boost from China, because there are Chinese economy is good for global economy. Hey, Cam, welcome back. You're back in the saddle. Good, good, good. So you're back officially tomorrow. How was the move? Let us know. Hope everything went well. Hope everything went well. Good morning, Jason. Let us know. You must be exhausted. Intel got a boost. They got upgraded. We talked about it. They may be taking over Qualcomm. Walmart got a boost. This is really good for the market. This is all yesterday, though. And did the market really jump a lot yesterday? Not really. So we got to be careful. Regeneron and other healthcare stocks took a dump yesterday. Healthcare stocks were a little bit on the downside. Global manufacturing fell to the steepest pace in 15 months. Really? I wonder if the Fed would agree with that. We didn't hear anything about that from the Fed, did we, last week? Right? We heard how they're doing things in anticipation, but we never heard anything about global economy contracting to a 15-month low. Do you think that's an important factor? And do you think that could be a reason why China's taking action? Good, 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 good. So let's see what Goolsbee said in light of this. Now, remember what the data just said. Global manufacturing contracted to the weakest in 15 months. And last time CPI and PPI basically told us that the Fed inflation has not been made any progress. Let's see what Goolsbee said. Interest rates need to be reduced significantly to protect the U.S. labor market. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Didn't Powell say that there's no issues with the labor market? Didn't he just say last Thursday that there was no issues with the labor market? That labor market is strong? And when people poked at him, he defended it like for 20 minutes? I'm just saying, All right. As we gain confidence that we're on the path to 2%, it's appropriate to increase our focus on the other side, to think about risk to employment. Wait a minute, risk to employment. Didn't he say employment and labor market is good? Didn't he say didn't he say the labor less than a week ago that everything was good? Well, what is this guy talking about? Wait a minute. Contradiction, maybe? Yeah, okay. I'm just saying, according to manufacturing is contracting to the 15-month low, and Powell says labor market is fine, and Goolsbee says it's not. They have to significantly protect the labor market. Significantly. I don't remember Powell saying anything about significantly. All right. Confidence. All right. So my head's going to start spinning again. Kashkari said he anticipates lowering rates smaller quarter point at each move. As we go forward, I expect on balance we probably take smaller steps unless the data changes materially. Yeah, I would think you would take no action, you moron. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, you think, Mark? Jeez. Significantly to produce labor market. Meanwhile, less than 5 days ago, his crony said there's no issues to the labor market. Yes, obviously, Rochelle. That goes without saying. Consumer confidence is coming out today. This is a very important report. It's coming out at 10. Keep an eye on volatility. Remember, this is based on a week ago's data. So, manufacturing index is going to be reported today. That's coming out at also 10 a.m. That's not as big of a report. How are you doing today, Rochelle? How's the kitty? I still haven't got the picture of a kitty. You were right, Mark. You were right. Europe is up, which is great. Obviously, Europe is up because of Asia. People's Bank of China unveiled stimulus measures to boost Chinese economy. China is a key export market for many of their leading companies. This is really good. This is really good for consumer discretionary folks, because where do you think half of that garbage is made that you buy? In China. Remember, you couldn't buy anything during COVID? on Amazon? Because all of the components of the stuff you buy that's made in America, wink, wink, is made in China or assembled in. Powell knew what was coming, hence the bigger cut. I don't think he had an idea what was coming. I don't think Powell knows what's coming down his face when he washes his face in the morning. Uh, Fed biggest statement. Sorry, I need to get my head out of my backside. Benjamin, I like that. I like that. I love the commentary. I like the commentary. All right, so Chinese consumers have reduced their spending, declining demand as Chinese mining, luxury, and auto stocks outperformed luxury, consumer discretionary. Remember, regardless of what stock you have, parts were made in China. This is very good for China. China closed sharply higher, nodding its biggest daily gain since 2020 after the nation's central bank unveiled stimulus measures aimed at achieving the year's economic growth target and curbing a sell-off in equity markets. Consumer discretionary led the gains on Tuesday. In a rare briefing on Tuesday, People's Bank of China announced that PBOC will reduce the reserve requirement ratio, the amount of cash that the banks are required to hold, by 50 basis points. It's a start. Japan closed higher today as trading resumed after a long weekend with Wall Street's overnight gains. Dovish remarks from Bank of Japan governor boosting sentiment. Consumer and healthcare stock, consumer discretionary. Healthcare stocks led the gains on Tuesday. A survey released on Tuesday showed that while manufacturing activity in Japan continued to contract, overall momentum was being driven by service sector, which is good. Yeah, there you go. Pre-market, Visa fell. They got downgraded. Oh, no, they didn't get downgraded. Lawsuit. I don't think this is going to be significant. CRM. Now, CRM is a tech stock, right? But in reality, it's a consumer discretionary stock because think about all the S&P 500 companies that use CRM, that use Salesforce. So if Salesforce is doing good, that means the economy is doing good. That means consumer stocks are doing good. Consumer discretionary. How many times have I said consumer discretionary this morning so far? Uber gained 1%. They got upgraded. We currently have a short position in Uber in the weekly cash flow, probably going to go and expire against us on Friday. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Fortunately, that position is completely hedged. Walmart, this is good. Walmart, good for consumer discretionary. Very, very good. Starbucks lost 2%. Not good for consumer stocks. So we have a mixed start, but I'm really happy about CRM. It's like Costco coming out with earnings. It's like Micron coming out with earnings. Both of those stocks are coming out with earnings later this week. But this is very good for the broad economy. It's great for the stock, but it speaks volumes for the broad economy. It's like Target coming out with earnings. It's like Costco coming out with earnings. It has repercussions to other related sectors, and this is very good for the broad economy, specifically consumer discretionary stocks. Okay, momentum levels. How are momentum levels? Well, momentum levels are really good to the upside. We have 269. As you recall, we had 208 and then we had 464. It came off. We're not overbought right now. We have plenty of ammunition to the upside. RJ says Clyde and Mia did a great job of highlighting they are your little accurate. They are. They're great. They're great. No mention on Baba. Not yet. Not met yet. We haven't talked about individual stocks yet. So momentum scores are starting to look good to the upside. Downside, we're still struggling. We're still struggling. I mean, look at this: 16, 15, 9, 8, 5, 12, 15, 26, 48. But last few days, it's hardly any stocks breaking down. What does that tell you? That means whatever stock is breaking down, Moondog is in the house. Yay. That means whatever stock is breaking down. I hope you're feeling better, Moondog. That means whatever stock is breaking down is being driven by institutional traders, and it's not random. Okay. What about sectors? Let's look at sectors. As I mentioned yesterday, we have like a soup right now. Everything is mixed up. You've got a bunch of defensive stocks here, and you've got speculative stocks trying to come up right now. You can see consumer discretionary all the way up here, semiconductors up here, QQQ up here, mid cap up here. So interest rate sensitive and tech stocks are starting to come up again. Let's look back 2 days. If you look back 2 days, consumer discretionary, semiconductor, technology. Where's QQQ? Where's QQQ? QQQ. Look, 2 days ago on Monday, going into this week, QQQ's down here, semiconductors are over here, consumer discretionaries up here, and communications up here, right? So we're really mixed, but you've got interest rate sensitive, but no tech. Now look at today. Consumer discretionary, semiconductor, QQQ, they're starting to come up. And technology's still down here, but most of them are starting to come up here. Consumer discretionary starting to come up. Mid cap starting to come up. QQQ starting to come up. So you could see speculative stocks are starting to move up. We still have a really big mix up here. I mean, look, technology next to materials, next to communication, which means things are moving and they're really mixed up right now, which means you're not going to get a huge move. But the fact that consumer discretionary, the fact that QQQ, the fact that mid cap, the fact that semiconductors are starting to come up here means that interest rate sensitive growth stocks are coming up. Hey, Don, I got a question for you. Does anybody know what equivalent of BABA is for Eastern Asia? Not China. Does anybody know what equivalent of BABA is for East Asia? Does anybody know the answer to that question? What is the stock that's equivalent to BABA for East Asia? Let's see if anybody can answer that question. I said for East Asia. I didn't say for America. Duzzy got it right. Tori got it right. Scott got it right. Gus got it right. Ray got it right. You guys got it right. Good picks. Good picks. Alan got it right. Carrie got it right. Yes, Duzzy. Good. Good. No, they all gave it. Yeah, you do, Don. They all posted it right now. Glenn just posted it. Yeah, it's SC. It's SC. Okay, let's continue. Let's continue. So sectors are all over the place, which means you're not going to get a clean move up. I mean, look, let's say consumer discretionary goes up, but communication goes down. That means theoretically, Meta is going down and Amazon is going up. Are you going to get a huge move? No. That's why I'm saying it's hard to get a clean directional move when these are all over the place. But it doesn't mean you're not going to get a move. You're just not going to get a clean move. We still Eagle Beagle. Let's not talk about existing trades. But the answer is SE. Good, Duzzy. Good. Where did you get it from, Duzzy? Thanks, Adam. All right. So consumer discretionary, energy, home builders, we're kind of in the mix right now. We're kind of in the mix. What does that mean? That means the broad market is your friend right now, but I would be right now being really careful with the defensive stocks and maybe putting in a little more exposure into speculative stocks. I was actually asking Duzzy. He said he made money on SE several years ago when they were going up. Newsletter. Okay, cool. Cool. The reason I asked Duzzy is because several years ago, I didn't know about SE, and I found out that Stanley Druckenmiller was buying it, and I brought it. It was one of the most accumulated hedge fund stocks about 6 years ago, and I brought it here to the group, And we were all scratching our heads going, SE, what is this SE? What is this SE? And the stock like tripled in price. That was like 6 years ago. That's the reason why I'm asking. I did. I just wanted to know if you guys knew what the relationship between the stock we're talking about and Baba and China. I asked. It's okay to talk about it when I asked. Oh, it's okay, Red. It's okay. I asked. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Um, so momentum. So as far as momentum levels and sectors, everything is just all over the place. But we have been seeing speculative stocks start coming back up towards the surface at the expense of defensive stocks. So consumer staples, healthcare, they've been but they haven't been really been going down, but they haven't been really moving up. But speculative stocks have been starting to come up. Yeah, Hedva, you remember that? Yeah, I did. Yes, I did. That's right. That's right. Good. Good. Hedva, how long have you been with me, Hedva? Hedva's in Israel, by the way. Good evening to you, Hedva. I know it's evening over there right now. That's right, 2020, maybe even 2019. But when I recommended it back then, it was because it was one of the biggest acute. What I used to do for you guys, I don't do it anymore, but what I used to do it for you every 3 months, I used to go through 13F filings and pick stocks that institutions are buying the most and selling the most. And I found that SE was one of the most accumulated stocks, and I've never heard of it before. And that was 2020. Yeah, so that was around 2020. Depends, RJ. The ones from China you got to be careful about. The ones from other parts of the world, they're pretty stable. Good morning, Darren. Good morning, RJ. Okay, so let's look at charts. So sectors, everything is kind of mixed right now. We're going through a sector change where speculative stocks are starting to climb. Let's talk about daily charts. Okay, S&P 500 is literally sitting at. Here, let me just take a look at something. I want to see how futures are doing. I just wanted to see how futures are doing. Uh, this is daily. I'll do daily first. Good morning, Rice. I'll do daily first, and then I'll do intraday. So before I continue, don't forget, I have a class on Friday, brand new. This is world premiere. I have never done this class before. It's called Win Both Ways Trade, and I'll be giving the first 250 people to sign up a special gift. It's going to be very, very cool. Very, very cool. Click the link, check out a 2-minute video that I made, and I'll be in the VIP room at noon today. And don't forget, join the link above. Don't forget, Customer Service Live, Cam and Gustavo show every day from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. So S&P 500, we're bullish right now. We're above all. Let me just use the S&P here. SPY. You could see here we're well above the 8-day EMA. There's really nothing right now holding us back. I like where we're sitting right now, and it looks like we're breaking this resistance level, which I'll talk about in a few minutes when we talk about intraday price levels, okay? QQQ. We broke this trend line, which is really great. Now we have to break this trend line. This trend line is at 486.14, okay? So we got to break this trend line right here, and I'll talk about that intraday. But we have liftoff. See that trend line here? We have liftoff on tech. The question is, are we going to break and go higher? Well, all of that is dependent on SMH. And hopefully, with the China rallying today, hopefully we'll get a little bit of a boost. See how we did, in fact, break this trend line. I'm going to ask you guys to. I know that there's a lot of stuff here, but it's really important that we dissect this right here, because this answers a lot of questions. This right here answers a lot of questions for us. Thank you, Eric. I appreciate that. So as you can see here, we broke this red line right here, right? And that red line happens to be right at the 50-day moving average. So we did break, and Monday and Tuesday, today is what, Tuesday? Monday and Tuesday today, we're above this line here. which is bullish. The problem here is we have the 100-day moving average we have to overcome. If we don't break out higher on the semiconductors, as I've told you a week ago, you're not going to get much soup. You're not going to get much soup from the QQQ. And if you're not going to get much soup from the QQQ, you're not going to get much soup from the SPY. That's why the SPY is just sitting right here. Notice how it just broke out. It's not really moving higher a lot. The reason for that is because SMH, and there's nothing new that I'm telling you right now that I haven't told you a week ago. The SMH is having a difficult time breaking out. Remember, when SMH was leading, when we were up here, we were making new highs on the S&P every single day almost. But we have a huge market cap in SMH. Roger, are you telling us that if the SMH doesn't go higher, the SPY's not going to go much higher? That's exactly what I'm telling you. Because if the SMH can't go higher, how is QQQ, which has about 50% semiconductors, how is it going to get strength to break out of this? And if this can't break out, how is the SPY going to... You see how everything is interrelated in the market? And I can tell you, but I can literally look at SMH today and I can tell you what the SPY is going to be doing. But that's not fair. Life is not fair. That's how the markets work. And if that's not how you were explained how the markets work, somebody pulled a fast one on you and didn't tell you the truth. Maybe it was a fake furu or those guys who think they're gurus, part-time gurus. Yes, Micron could definitely affect sentiment, and so can Costco, Francis. But fortunately, that doesn't start till tomorrow night, Thursday morning, when we have a bunch of other Fed data like GDP, durable goods, new home sales, and other stuff. We're not there yet. We got to deal with right now. So you see how SMH, how this stupid NVIDIA and stupid AMD and these stupid stocks that are sitting right here are preventing the SPY that's all the way here from going higher. But how could that be? If you don't like what I have to say, tough. But my question to you is, since I started doing this analysis with SMH dictates QQQ dictates SPY, have I been wrong 1%? Curious cat, if semis fail, you better bail. Exactly. And do you see why I've been so tough on talking about that 265 level on SMH now for a month? Since we were over here? Probably 2 months now. Have I been wrong about this analysis and saying if SMH can't go up, QQQ can't go up, and if QQQ can't go up, how much higher will the SPY go? See that? They're all related. They're all related. And if anybody tells you, don't worry about what the SMH is doing. Just look at the SPY. Yeah, let me sell you a ticket. Okay, so you see that? Richard's got it. Richard understands it. And by the way, I haven't said anything differently at all. Russell 2000, I've been saying exactly the same thing every day. Russell 2000, small caps can't get it up. Big problem. Not a lot of stimulus by China coming back into this range. That's not good for deflation. That's not good for deflation. If we're having real deflation, if the Fed is really serious, and if the market was to believe what the Fed was to say, then the Russell 2000 would be up here right now. There's a lot of speculative stocks here, and speculative stocks and financial stocks, and they're not driving the bus right now. So we got to be careful right now. We are still not, small caps have not believed that we are out of this dreadful situation yet. Okay, let's talk about the Dow, and then we'll move into intraday, and I got to get out of here. I like that. If semis fail, you better bail. All right, the Dow. Then the Dow isn't dependent very much on chip stocks. There's not a lot of chip stocks, and this has more of a broad market cap. But you could see it hasn't been moving higher. It's very hard for these 30 stocks to move substantially higher if you're not going to get a lot of love from the QQQ. Blue chips can't sustain everything themselves. This has to break out. That's why when I give you these intraday levels right now, they're really important because now you understand the relationship between the SMH and the Dow and the SPY and the QQQ. Good, good, Robert. Good, 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 good. All right, so now let's do intraday, okay? SPY. I'm very curious about this. Am I doing an okay job of keeping you guys out of trouble? That's what I want to know. Let me know if I'm doing an okay job of keeping you guys out of trouble. All right. That's what I want to know. All right. Good. 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 Okay. So the next level on the SPY is right here. 570, 573. Good. 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 Excellent. Don't forget Cam and Gustavo show from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. every day, and give Cam a break because he just finished moving, and that is not an easy job. I bet Cam's going to have a Jack, how are you? Haven't seen you in a while. See, Jack sends me emails once in a while. I remember you. Pastor Jack. Hope you're doing well, Pastor Jack. Cecilia, Mike, Don. Good, 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 good. Carlos, how are you? Thomas, Nathan. Good, 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 good. Don't forget Customer Service Live, Cam and Gustavo show. Okay, so 570, 573, the next level, 565 on the QQQ, and these levels are really important today. Let's see how futures are doing. They're just messing around right now. Let's see how futures are doing. All right. QQQ. All right. Glad to hear that, Jack. The levels for QQQ right now are 480 and 485. Nice and simple. 480, 485. Oh, that's so good, RJ. I hope other people have had the same experience that RJ have had. A little more confidence going into the day, a little more insight of what's happening, and so forth and so forth. So 486, 480. SMH. Let's do SMH. I know everybody's interested about SMH. That's that trend line that we broke right here. That's that upper trend line right here. See this? And we're trying to do everything possible to stay above it. So the level we do not want to break is this one right here to the downside. We want to stay above 235. We want to be 240, 235, and 244. So 244, 240, 235, and then 232. Okay? This is the area we want to be above. We want to bounce off of this line. We don't want to go back in here. We want to be on this side, not this side of the wall, okay? Well, Paul, guess what? Guess what drives the order flow in ES? Stocks. Oh, my dogs are going nuts again. I guess the gardener's here or something. All right. Dow Jones right here. 420, 422.69, 418.55. IWM, Russell 2000. I'm not really crazy about the Russell 2000 right now. Right here on the upper end, you've got you got 224. Here you got 221, and here you've got 220. So I would just say let's move this down here. So you've got 224 and 220. We're basically in a range right now. RJ says, I'm actually starting to enjoy retirement. I meant retirement more now without worrying about trading so much. Oh, that's great. That makes me very happy. Very, very happy. All right. All right. Now let's talk about our stocks that we have for today. All right. And then I got to get out of here. IMCR. I'm going to do the short side first, folks. Okay. Now, I can assure you, any stock that's breaking down right now is clearly being accumulated by being sold off by institutions. IMCR, GH. Be careful here. Wait for it to break below this 23 level, but GH definitely looks crappy. Estee Lauder. I think the stock is going to start coming down. It's going to test the 50-day and start coming back down again. BMRN. What a breakdown on this one. Moderna. First time we're ever talking about the stock here. What a stinker this stock is. And it just broke. Look at that. It's breaking the quarter to date VWAP, and it has nothing till 445, which is the year to date VWAP. Look at that. VRTX. Nice breakdown right here. Very nice breakdown. And healthcare stocks have not been that strong lately, too, by the way. Last few days. Woo, look at that. Roger, now let me ask you guys, if I was an institutional trader right now, and I can choose from any stock in the world. Look at that. Look how it pivoted year to date VWAP and bounced off of it. These VWAPs are golden. Why would an institution buy this stock right now? What would cause anybody to want to buy this stock right now? There's a billion stocks out there in the universe. Why would you buy this stock right now? You wouldn't. There's so many better stocks to buy. So what would you do? You would sell this stock. This stock is being sold off aggressively. I don't know why, and I don't really care, but you can clearly see it's being sold off. Breakdown. A lot of these biotechs are coming down. Breakdown. Wait for the stock to break down a little more before going in. Breakdown. All right, let's talk about the upside. Remember that webinar I had where I gave you 4 stocks? I gave you AMT, TTWO. I gave you another I gave you Palantir on the upside. Well, one of the 3 stocks that didn't go our way was this stock right here, American Tower. That was the only stock that didn't go our way. It just got another buy signal today. So those 3, I gave you 4 stocks. 3 of those stocks worked out. One of those stocks, this one, did not work out. It went below the A line, and now it's back up. So now if it goes back above 241, AMT will be, in fact, in play. I'm always trying to give you guys stocks that would do good over time. Because I know a lot of you don't follow my entry and exit instructions. You just look at the stocks. Here's another A-line stock that I like. Those are my 2 A-line stocks today, AMT and FIS. I really like this stock today. Matter of fact, let me tell Matt about it. Sorry about that. This is an A-line right here. Yeah. A-line, AMT, and FIS were 2 A-line stocks. All right, now let me give you my regular list. I try to give you a couple of A-line stocks every day because I use them for my watch list. Cars still moving. Hard to buy a stock that looks like that, right? Psychologically. PayPal, Global Payments, Global Consumer Discretionary. Hello, hello. NCLH, Consumer Discretionary. Hello, hello. Consumer Discretionary. Hello, hello. McDonald's. Did anybody make money on the McDonald's trade we gave you guys over the weekend? Or actually, it wasn't over the weekend. It was Monday through Tuesday. All right. McDonald's looks good. PPL looks good. ONEOK looks good. Although be careful with the stock, but it's more of it's not a crude oil stock. So IBM looks okay. I like IBM. And IoT looks good. I gave you the stock several times over the last week in various forms. There you go, RJ. Good. All right, guys, that is all I have for today. Please join me on Friday for a world premiere of my Win Both Ways trade. First 250 people to join get a bonus. And this is my VWAP pinch program that I've been promising to launch, threatening to launch for a long time. That's that program. You don't want to miss out. It's brand new. Don't miss VIP room today. I'm going to be talking about some really cool stuff that I haven't talked about in a while. And don't forget, customer service live from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. every single day. You guys don't want to miss out. Rick says now he can afford a Big Mac. I'll see you guys soon. I got to head to work. There may be some trades I may need to liquidate in the morning. I'll see you guys soon, okay? I'll see you guys from the other office. Uh, I'll have a great day. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. Sorry that I'm a little short-winded today, but I got to get into the office in time. And I'll see you guys with Jeffrey today at 1 p.m. for a class. Bye. Have a great day, everybody. What about VIP members? Rochelle, you'll get the goodies. You'll get all the goodies. Bye, everyone. Nice, Benjamin. Nice. And Matt will have his new camera on today. I'm very excited. Tell him how great he looks today, okay? Wink, wink with the new camera. He's got a new camera on.